This is a very special moment. When Worlds Adrift shut down, I was devastated. It was a special game for many people, and all of us have been waiting for a successor that may take its place. Well, yesterday Bossa Studios released an early access version of Lost Skies, the spiritual successor to Worlds Adrift. And once again, we are able to grapple along floating islands and build our own airship amongst the blue skies that we missed so dearly. Yesterday, I began this journey on Twitch, and this is what we experienced. We began our journey by, of course, creating our character. We chose Bandinia as our ancestry. The Bandini people lived in the long shadow of a powerful neighbor, Saber. Despite centuries of oppression and forced labor, they've remained fiercely resilient. Their capital, Darat, is a city full of hidden wonders, chaotic markets brimming with treasures and secrets waiting to be discovered. I also reflected on the Saborians, the powerful and controversial neighboring civilization, ruled from the twin cities of Redusa and Momoros. As a military superpower, they inspired both awe and fear. Internally, they upheld strict values of equality, welfare, and justice. Every citizen treated with fairness, provided they caused no harm to others. This sounds interesting, right? However, the sense of morality stopped at their borders. Their belief system centered on the idea that Saborians were divine by nature, gods among mortals, leading to a worldview that justified domination over others. Kind of nationalistic, don't you think? So Bandini it is. Let's go! Jesus, I'm hyped. Foundation was a world of diverse civilizations and culture that had full command of the land, sea and sky. The peak of the Golden Age, a Kemetic struck the world, tearing it apart and leaving only fragments floating among the clouds. You are a survivor, now awakening after No! Here we are. We awoke in an ark of sorts. Slept through the apocalypse in a cryo chamber. There's an Atlas computer that serves as a guide for the progression of the game, I suppose. It all feels a bit more futuristic than Worlds Adrift, but that is okay. We are walking amongst the fragments and debris of an ancient super-civilization, after all. Atlas tells us to go venture out and find materials, so that is what we do. Hello. I must say, they nailed the feel of Worlds Adrift and stayed true to the world building and its design and really improved on it. This is just beautiful. Though I must admit that I'm really biased when it comes to Asian-influenced fantasy settings, especially when there's steampunk in the mix. I talked about the allure of this world extensively in my video essay on Worlds Adrift. You can check it out if you want. Check the crafting station at the Ark computer and see if you can craft anything useful. Makeshift cloth. Crafting component. Oh, a glider. The HUD is not the best I've seen, to be honest. It is a bit lifeless and there's no option to disable it. I hope that they will improve on it at some point. The same goes for the crafting system. It is really basic for now, though I am not sure how much more complicated it will get once we start building our own ship and have to choose between resources. That doesn't make any sense. One of the main tools that we have is an Atlas scanner. It basically scans items. It took us some tries to figure it out. but the information that you get is quite interesting. I wish that they would give you more opportunities to scan more items. Oh, this is the Worlds Adrift Legacy Pack. So because I already own Worlds Adrift, I have this mask now. But it, it doesn't look good. What is this? Founder's flag? A flag with a curious design. Ship helm. It's a nice tribute to former Worlds Adrift players incorporating these community items. I rarely saw a community that is so passionate about a game. I mean, all the Worlds Adrift clones show how much people wanted this game to be back. So here we are at the standard crafting beginning experience where you walk around and pick up twigs, but it's fine. Can I zoom? No. Oh, fuck! That was close. Oh look, there's runes down here. Still getting acquainted with the controls, we explore the island. Scattered all around are data banks that we can read. They are full with conversations from past lives that ended either before or after the rapture. Sadly, most of them don't work. That is a shame because for now, this is our only means to acquire knowledge about the lore. Something I also hope that will be fixed soon. Okay, so this is something we can... Oh, so skills get higher the more we do them. What is this? Data pad. Oh, this is very futuristic. Reducer Squad. Mission report number 264. Mission parameters have drastically changed. I found construction plans and schematics for a shipyard within a data bank. With enough materials, leaving this island is within reach. I've had the rupture occur on this island as no doubt we all did. I sent a drone back to camp with a copy of this report. Once Ekbana squad receives this report, head to the facility on the southernmost reaches of the island. I have our salvation. We are gods. Sadly, this was one of few databanks that we could read. But there's a funny hint in it. When they address themselves as gods at the end of letters. Oh, that reminds me of Worlds Adrift. This pod that you see there, you could hit them with your hook, and then you could get XP. But it seems like now we learn stuff also by just doing them. I don't know if this was the case for the last game. Tumanene! Nice! What a weird banana. This looks amazing. And the beauty of these games is that the community can create their own islands. So that's what makes this so great, right? So you had, in Worlds Adrift, you had all these worlds that were created by the community. And in the Q&A, the developers even said the weight for, you know, the studio's islands and the community's islands will be shifted towards the community's islands. So there will be more community islands, and there will be more community islands than Alright. Cute. We ventured into our first cave and found ores that we can gather later on. We also found out that we can already use the grappling hook, but let me tell you, this thing needs practice. Shoot grapple? Oh, I do have the grappling hook. It's like some kind of a lantern or something, but it's too big for a lantern. It's a bit dark in here, but we'll get light. The day comes along. The cave was mostly uneventful, and we still had to explore the rest of the island. I wonder when we will be able to build our first airship. We will check out what we can craft in a second. Where's the sun? Where's the sun? There's the sun. I seem to get distracted easily. Let's see how this works. Woo! Yeah, this still works like the good old days. But I I forgot. I don't have any practice anymore. After playing around for a bit, we crafted ourselves a glider and some pants. Finally, we are able to cross over to the next island. Oh! Well, here goes nothing. Oh my god. This is not very useful, but it's okay. The first flight. Here we go. Scrap metal. I wonder what that means. So, okay. So the moon shattered. I think this is the moon. Some kind of a crystal and then everything. Wait. Maybe this Sims crystal came from the moon. And with that energy we could build airships. Maybe that's what it's telling us? Oh. Oh, now we can pass. Alright. Yank. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, a pistol. No. Let's try this again. It's another one of these. What happened to them? Oh, that happened to them. Let's see what this pistol does. That's cute combat, I must say. There we go. Alright. Well. Oh, this is it. No. What the fuck is that? Oh, shit. Alright, that was close. Some Indiana Jones moment right there. That. The combat is working. It feels smooth, but also not really heavy. It is very arcade-like, but it doesn't really bother me for now. It could become a problem, however, when bigger fights erupt, say on an airship or similar. Though we are in a single-player session, so I'm curious as to how they approach the topic of combat in general. I guess we will find out. Come on, one more. Automated mechanical turret of Siborian design, moderately armored and armed with a single automatic solid projectile weapon. Retracts into housing until targets are in range. These turrets appear to be the remnants of Siborian camps, likely deployed as a form of defense. The current programming appears to make them hostile to humans, suggests not getting shot. Where are you going? Ah. So what does this say? Okay, so two factions. I suppose these are factions. They fight for ore and... So there was a war going on for resources. But I don't know what the two up there means. Right. Well, let's find out. What's down here? Oh my god. What the where are we going? Ow. Can we go through here? No. So just open that back there. Oh! Nice. That was on purpose. Puzzles. Generator pylons. An old damaged generator. The puzzles in this game are anything but difficult. I wish they wouldn't tell you what to do in the tutorial, but instead let you find out by yourself. It's really not a difficult puzzle. There we are, it seemed to have done the trick. Alright. What now? Where do we need to go? Let's see. Ooh, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh, that was cool. Onwards and upwards. There's the pod like that, but it looks a bit different than in Worlds Adrift. It looks more modern. You can use the prism to scan objects in the world. Listen to that. We can gather Cyborian discs from these pods and use them to unlock new technology. Our goal right now is to acquire knowledge about the shipyard and about tools that let us gather resources like metal and wood. On our way back to the Ark, we stumbled across this mighty cave. It only held some basic items. I'm curious as to what role loot will play in the future. For now, it has been really basic. Ammo, food, some crafting items. But the variety was rather small. That is not a bad thing necessarily. Lesser items may be more essential for the gameplay, instead of cluttering your inventory with things that you will barely need. But it may also be a bit shallow. We will find out soon enough. Okay, what do you want to show me? What is that? Drone spawner? Oh god. Can we kill it? Doesn't seem like it. What is that? There we go. What is this? Another puzzle? There we go. What did that do? What is that sound? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Yup, this is a herald. Apparently they were the bringer of the apocalypse, though I'm not entirely sure as to how they brought about the rupture. Still, they are gigantic. Reminds me a bit of the Leviathans in Subnautica. Oh my god! Luckily, this beast didn't even notice us, so we were able to go back to the Ark and learn how to craft a shipyard, a wood saw and a pulse hammer. With these tools we will be able to gather materials that we need in order to build a ship. I can already feel the urge to start crafting and building our own airship. We will be able to leave this island and discover what else this game has to offer. Sadly, after 2 hours of streaming, I was pretty beat, so this is the end for now. But we will be back with the next episode, where we will build our own first ship. I love this game already. Yes, it has bugs, but there's so much love for detail and world building. It is amazing, truly. Can't wait to explore more. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.